Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Robot Tech. I'm ScouterZone5, and look, we have more people. We have people. We have more people. It's a special once a year. I rope more people in once in a while, and here we are. We got Supernova Supernova.
Way to mess up my name.
It's going well. See, I knew
it's going great.
It's gonna go great. And then, of course, we got KKR, who's back for, I don't even know, 5th time. He's back here again. A nice jersey, I will have to say. We'll have to come back to that at some point. And then Beskar Snake, as usual. Save for the best for last. So yeah, this year, you know, and the dog. There's a dog here on stream.
Baby.
So I figured I brought 3 of the best people I know, and I really for free, so they come on and talk about video games and video game topics. And we since it's the end of the year, we're recording this on December. I usually start off with like, what has everyone been playing? But we're gonna skip that today and go straight to the game of the year, in your opinion. So we'll start with KKR. Let's start with you. What was the game of the year this year, and why was it the game of the year?
There's so many to pick from, but if I were to pick one, I'd have to say Peak.
Peak.
Yeah, just from both a player and viewer perspective of people watching, you know, others play Peak. It has been so entertaining, and just the shenanigans people can get up to at Peak. It's been a lot of fun to watch and play this year.
Interesting. It was so hard for a lot of people to pick. I think this year you got so many good games.
It was a good year for gaming.
Yeah. Okay. Nutmeg, what was your favorite?
I think my favorite was probably Phasmophobia for this year, even though it's a very old game. Apparently, it's been out for a hot minute, but like this was like the first year I actually played games with friends. I never really played games with other people before. I was always just like a pass the controller back and forth during like a one-player game situation. So I like watching people play it. It's fun to play. It's spooky. It's fun. You know, I really enjoyed learning, and it's easy to pick up for people like me that aren't really that great at games. So that one's mine.
You played with me, so that was even more of a, you know, fun time. Maybe.
Wait, you played with Scouter?
Yeah.
How often has he gotten you killed? Because I have so many clips
Every time.
of him hiding the ghost to me. Like I'm hiding in a closet, and he's like,
"You're not supposed to die."
Yeah,
that was the goal.
Yeah.
So the last time we played, there was a ghost that was it was hunting us, and I went and I accidentally hid where Scouter was, and then Scouter got killed. So that was great.
Yeah.
You did the Scouter move.
And then he's like, "Why am I dying?" And then it just cuts.
Yeah. It's a great time.
But no, it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I will count that. But however, I will say, because there was a map update. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come. I love how she particularly said, I was like, yeah, by the way, out of podcast content, I did message people, be like, hey, game of the year. And if you can't think of one, pick something that, you know, you played this year. And then Nutmeg has this link to the games of the year, and yet she didn't even pick a game that came out this year. Love it.
Because I play the same. I'm one of those people, like I play the same games over and over again. I do not branch out. If I do, I'm angry about it.
Yeah, that's valid.
And
no,
like I did look through them. The only one that came out this year that I like actually played, like when it was released, was Silent Hill F, and that's not my game of the year. So
yeah, I know you're fairly disappointed about it. So
was it like, I don't know if disappointed is the word. Like the story was 10 out of 10. Story was great. But somebody like me who's bad at video games, it's a pretty hard mechanic. Like the battle mechanic is a little bit difficult for somebody like me.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I think like the symbolism and the story was good, but like the mechanics just like frustrated me so much it was hard to enjoy the game sometimes.
That's valid. Valid.
Yeah.
And then Beskar Snake, what was your game of the year? Everyone together now. Metal Gear Solid Snake Hunter.
I don't actually play video games.
Oh,
Did
okay.
I come to the wrong?
Yeah.
Is this the wrong meeting?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Beskar.
Hi, Beskar.
Thank you. So I'm gonna come in with the AAAs as we all always know. It's really down to two of them. And I think Skyro's going to be shocked by this. KKR will probably be shocked by it as well. Of course, this isn't one of them, but of course, I love the fact that Metal Gear Solid Delta came out because, come on, we need more Metal Gear.
Wow,
Fox Hunt is fun. They need more. But anyway, the two that it really came down to was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I mean, and Death Stranding 2 on the beach. With some recent life events, Death Stranding 2 hit even harder. Just the story, the awesome storytelling of Hideo Kojima, and all that, the crazy, wacky mechanics. One of the most off-the-wall and fun boss fights I've ever had in a long time that I did not expect. It came out of nowhere, was in Death Stranding. But surprisingly, I think it actually has to go to Expedition 33. And that's mostly because I really enjoy RPGs a lot. I really like turn-based RPGs. I've been getting a little bit more interested in action RPGs, but I'm still a turn-based, just, RPG fan at heart. And I love them. They're great. I have a lot of fun with them. But, a lot of times it's hard to introduce new mechanics and stuff like that. And while Expedition 33 didn't necessarily rewrite the rule book, it added some more elements where it kind of bridges that gap between action and turn-based, because you can parry, you can dodge. There's some more real-time elements to it. So I've kind of been suggesting to people that if you're not a big turn-based fan, but you're interested in it, give it a shot, because there might be enough in there for you to get excited about it. The Persona series was the first RPG series that I've ever had where you can shoot, kind of, you have you can either shoot or you can melee, magic, all that kind of stuff. But with Expedition 33, you can now aim in real time and do different things with that. You can exploit weaknesses. You can, maybe attack an enemy in a certain way. There's some enemies that you shoot them and they blow up and they hurt other enemies in the field of battle. So it just adds new elements that I was always excited to pick it back up and play more. And then the story is just ridiculous and heartbreaking and awesome. And the character, it's really good. There are flaws to it, but they're kind of hard to find in my opinion. Not saying it's a perfect game, but it hits the nail on the head for a lot of those check boxes. And I think that kind of surprised a lot of people, where it's like, oh, we're just going to get it came out of nowhere. I had seen something about it just a couple months before it released, and I was like, that looks kind of cool. And then it came out, and if you've paid attention to anything gaming wise, you've at least heard Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's been all over when it came out. The Game Awards were just recently, and kind of surprisingly, it just decimated everything. I was kind of shocked by that, but I've talked about award shows before, and I don't really hold too much merit. The best part of the award show was we're getting more Mega Man. So,
and Leon is going to be
in
Leon.
Literally couldn't care less. I'm hoping
Get
whatever
out.
that is.
We're done.
No.
We're done.
I did bring another Resident Evil person here.
He's lame. You know that stuff on his neck? He's
dying.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. R.I.P.
I hope in the opening credits they do all this lead up, and in the opening credits he just gets hit by like a bus.
He just gets hit by his own Porsche.
Just completely and utterly unzombie related. It just gets taken out, and it just throws everything. Okay, what do we do with the rest of the game?
KKR is just sitting here like, oh my god, why do I have to deal with these three? He's
But
done
Mega
for a
Man,
day.
he looks so good. I'm so excited. We gotta wait till 2027. What the heck's up with that? That's a bunch of nonsense. I'm upset, but I'm happy. I've never been this mad and excited at the same time.
Man,
It's
I'm
upsetting
excited.
and disturbing. What's your game of the year, Scouter? Now
Yeah, Scooter.
There it is. There's the one.
Sorry, it slipped.
Kinda,
Sure.
kinda deserved it.
No, he's been good. What was your game of the year, Scouter? What was your favorite
Man,
game?
I don't know. There's a tough one because like KKR said, is between two of them, which I thought were fairly. Let me. I'm doing this on the spot, but
we all know it's Final Fantasy Tactics.
it's
Let's
Final
go. That game is
Fantasy
awesome.
Tactics. No, Metal
Oh,
Gear
like,
Solid.
really?
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. No.
I finally did it. I got him to say
I got
it.
him.
Somebody
I got him.
clip it.
Clip it. No, it was probably it's either between Repo is up there. We got also RV there yet, and what KKR said. That's just there's so many good indie games, but I think
Final Fantasy Tactics.
I really enjoyed Repo, and I'm glad they updated it. But man, I played. I'm gonna go with RV there yet. The reason is just they took Peak, but they expanded it into driving the RV bus, and it's just such a silly, stupid game. And I'd have to go with RV there yet because it's just really like a field trip would feel like with your significant other. I mean, Luna's not my significant other, but I just felt like we're brothers and sisters are married and just arguing this whole time. It's great. What's up?
That's a very interesting analogy you said there about RV there being like a trip with your significant other.
Yeah.
And Luna, do you guys know what he did on that stream with Luna? Not only did they
the remote.
Not only did they not work together, he ran over her.
Well,
in the RV.
Life insurance. You know.
I think it was Leon. That's
Oh,
what's gonna
yeah,
happen. It's
here
gonna
we
be
go.
an RV confirmed.
But it's just between those three, it's just so hard to pick because they're all
Colossus
three.
right over.
Yeah. Shh. But yeah, there is now a clip that I did call out Luna. I was playing with her, and because I didn't trust her I thought I left the remote on the floor and we passed it. I was like, oh, we got to get it because I don't want to walk back here. No, she's like, it's already here. I'm like, no, it's not. And I called out, and sure enough, it was right there.
Mhm.
So
Luna's always right.
yeah, I should have known.
Is that why you ran her over?
Yeah, she deserved it. No, I'm just kidding.
Flip that
So
one too.
sorry.
Flip that one too.
God,
I'm gonna clip that.
no. It was such a fun game, but yeah, that unfortunately with those games, it's like I need friends for that, and I don't have any. So it's the three that are here.
That's so disrespectful.
No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone's facial
believe you
reaction was
called
the
me a
same
friend.
across the board.
Anyways, no.
I'm a friend.
Yeah, no, I guess so.
I thought this was just like a.
No, yeah, you live here, so these two are just here voluntarily.
I bullied you to be here.
Yeah, jokes on you. So yeah, we really
you didn't win in that one.
Yeah, we really wanted to bring. I thought this year, we have a good topic. We have one topic that we usually go over. And since we kind of covered like fundraising last stream without KKR, and I feel bad because that would have been probably good with him in it too, but here we are. He's like, yeah, whatever. So we're just gonna talk about streaming and like why all of us are streamers. Check us out. All of us do stream. So I figured we should talk about it. We should get everyone's different perspective here. So like what was the reasoning why you started streaming? We'll start with Nutmeg out of first.
Why I started streaming?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I want to be famous.
Okay.
No.
Well, you're already there. Boom.
No.
You're on this
No,
podcast, so.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
The peak.
I feel like I always kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, when my husband and I met, he streamed and he was a Twitch affiliate. He hasn't streamed in like forever. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, how do you do that? And he's like, it's easy. And I was like, great. But until we like moved and like got our own spaces, I was just like, I didn't want to yet. And then I was just like, you know what? Like, I think it would be fun to make more friends that game. Just because like I said, like I don't really play games with people. It's usually like single player or whatever. Um, and then I just kind of started watching people on Twitch and I was just like, "Oh, okay." Like people are just being themselves, like fine, but I honestly just did it to like meet people and like kind of branch out like on my own terms. Like I'm not like super social. So it's like if I want to stream and like chill with my friends, then I do it or anything like that. And I also kind of wanted to make like I'm not a very competitive gamer. Like I just like to do my own thing. Um and even though it is not, I do not do it well sometimes. It's like it's all about fun and that's kind of what how I wanted to connect with people with games and like not be competitive and whatnot.
Hmm.
And
I'm
then
not competitive either.
yeah, no, that's why
Nope.
no, like that's why like I can't do like the pew pew, like those games.
pew
Like
games.
I can't do it. Like I wish I could. I wish I was good at it, but like I'm not, and that's okay.
Would you
But
be one of those people that like you would get a kill and you would apologize for it?
no,
But
no.
okay, it'd be hilarious, but I just imagine you're like just go and decimate everyone. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't,
sorry.
I didn't
But
mean
sorry, you
to.
were asking for it.
I had to ask because I was just curious.
No, no. I'm not. I apologize, but like I don't know if do I apologize when we play games together, Scouter?
No, you give
No,
zero
I think I
craps.
shot you at one point. It's
No.
fine. Like
No hesitation.
no
no.
hesitation. He's
No.
like, no, you
No.
no.
No, sure
No.
don't. I don't remember 6 months ago when you did this thing.
Yeah,
Nope,
no.
absolutely not. You didn't apologize then. Why apologize now?
Definitely
No, it's
not.
fine. It's deserved, honestly.
Well, you also pulled a bridge out from underneath
Yeah,
me
it's
when we
great.
were playing Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, I did that.
We have a clip of it.
What we do here is don't play games with me because
Missed that
I'm
one.
gonna end up killing you or
Running
doing
you over,
running you over.
Mhm.
pulling a bridge out.
Just this is what you signed up for. Major
10 out of
League
10
Gamer.
good time though.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So here's the thing: if you're gonna play with Scouter, you have to bring me because I think I counterbalance that.
He does.
You take Scouter out before you can hurt anyone else.
No.
Oh no! Remember
Well,
the
kind of,
the
actually.
Fortnite game where
Yes.
you killed somebody and I took the credit or something, or the other way
No,
around?
I didn't mind that.
Oh no! I
think-
killed you in Fortnite somehow. That was it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
See,
Explosives, not a thing for
watch
him.
out. No, that's
Who
valid.
who allowed Scouter to have explosive? That's
I
on
don't
you.
know. Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
You
That's the
should know
problem.
better, KKR.
No, I had the grenade launcher, and you know he loves to snipe, right? So he's out sniping. Can't he strafes, doesn't pay attention to anybody in front of, behind him, or wherever. I'm like chunk, 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 and he walks right in front of me as I fire the grenade launcher. Of course, it bounces back into my face.
Yeah. So
Meanwhile,
we
he's
had,
like, "Oh, what was that? It hit my head."
He's just
Yeah.
having a grand old time.
Yeah, that's great. Don't know how I managed it in Fortnite, but there you go.
Well played. Well
Yeah.
played.
Mhm.
Anyways, why? Let's move on to KKR. Why did you start streaming in the first place?
I mean, I think Beskar Snake and Scouter, you know my story, so this will be more for Nutmeg. So I've been working nonprofit for my entire career, almost 20 years. About a decade ago, someone told me that there was something called a charity stream where people would play video games online and people would raise money in that fashion. Now, I come from the traditional fundraising operation of people will send in checks and they're like 60 years old, you know. So I was like, wait a minute, this flips that script on its head. Why wait until someone's 60 to ask them for money when we can get them engaged, not just raise money, but get them engaged in a mission at a much younger age, right? So I did some research on streaming and how it gets into fundraising. But inevitably, I was like, why don't I just do it myself?
Mhm.
So I started my own Twitch channel. I signed up for charities. Extra Life was the first one, and just started getting into it. And then through there, so to Nutmeg's point, I found that wow, there's a lot of people I could meet here, and I'm not very extroverted, but I love going out to meet people. As you can see, I've got tons of lanyards. And just I realized early on that the key to fundraising and streaming isn't money; it's community. So I think that's how I started, and that's how I continue to kind of leverage streaming as both a platform for fundraising, but also for just meeting people. I just love when random people show up either to my stream or I meet new people on my friends' streams. Like Scout, I met a lot of people just hanging out in your chat, for example. And I wouldn't have stayed doing this for 7+ years if I didn't find it enjoyable. Because we've seen people who've come and gone over the past few years on Twitch. So what started out as kind of like a business decision has become like just a fun thing I love to do, and has become part of my business. So now, because for Nutmeg doesn't know, but I run a fundraising consultancy focused on being the bridge between charities and the creator community.
That is so cool. Do you still fundraise for Extra Life?
I do.
Is that like your main one?
Yep, 70. Well, that's kind of like my personal thing. So 7 years with Extra Life, but I also have like clients who are charities who I work with to get their fundraising programs going.
That's awesome.
Sweet. And then sorry, we just did KKR. Beskar Snake.
That was KKR.
Thanks. Back to the start of the stream. This is KKR. That's not my Beskar Snake.
KKR.
What was
I have to follow that.
Yeah. Good luck.
I have to follow
You
that
had to
little
follow these
heartfelt.
two. Yeah, good luck.
I'm a shmoo that likes to play video games and just was like, hey, maybe I can start raising some money for charity. And I have to follow that?
Yeah.
Sorry, are you going to start the video now? Or,
Yeah. It's been recording. We did. Yeah.
Oh, the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Hi.
This guy.
No, I mean, in a similar vein to KKR and everything, I've played video games a majority of my life growing up. Many memories from being a wee little lad to what you see here, and so I've just always played games and played many consoles, stuff like that. And I had heard about, I know I've told this story before, but I had heard about charity streaming. I think it was through G4 years ago, and saw that you could raise for St. Jude. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I'm going to play games already. Let me do that. So I did that for like a year. Didn't really know what I was doing. I just streamed directly from the PS4. And, super easy. You hit a button, boom, there it is. You're streaming, you're on there, cool. Well, then I heard about Extra Life and the fact that you could pick a specific hospital and you could raise money for that, and you could do it completely for free, or you could join to earn some little incentives and things like that. And I went, well, that's pretty darn cool. And I have twin nieces that actually needed, one of them needed heart surgery when she was just a few weeks old. And so I was able to pick the hospital that they were both in and that she was helped in, and they're both 21 now. So obviously the hospital did a pretty darn good job. Actually, no, I apologize. They just turned 22. Their birthday was just recent. But they did such a good job. And I always say it, I don't have the knowledge to be a surgeon. I don't have the hands to be a doctor or a surgeon. I don't have the training or anything to diagnose, to help, things like that. But I can play video games. And so if I can do something to try to get the money into the hands of the people that can do the research, can do the surgery, can do the diagnostics, can do the testing and all of that, I'm all for it. Heck yeah. That's the best way that I can directly contribute. So I've been doing that for 10 years now, and I don't really have a plan to stop. I mean, it's just, like I said, I'm going to be playing games anyway, why not try to do something else with it and maybe try to raise a little bit of money along the way to help people that need it? I've been very fortunate in my life, so why not try to help pass that on in the best way that I can think of? You know, I can't write a $2 million check. I would love to. That would be amazing. I'd love to be able to give even more, but you know, like I said, I can just try to get people together and see if they, you know, all the awesome people want to help out. And I also was really drawn in. I haven't done one in a while, but I was really drawn in by the Extra Life Game Day, which has kind of evolved over time and it's sort of changed. But the 24-hour gaming marathon, I was like,
Mhm.
I could stay up for 24 hours and play video games, and I've done a few. Um, and it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. But like I said, I haven't done one in a little while, but that was another little challenge that I really liked specifically about Extra Life and streaming in the same kind of in the same realm. But yeah, just having that challenge of, you know, can I push myself and make it through that time while trying to raise money at the same time. So yeah, really just trying to raise money for charity is the biggest reason. I, unlike Nutmeg, don't want to be super famous. So, I mean, I will
I
step
definitely do
out of
not.
the limelight just for you. So I'm not, you know, pushing anybody off the podium. Um, I mean, if it accidentally happened, that'd be kind of cool, but I don't want to maintain that because that sounds tough.
Like a
So
nightmare, honestly.
it really does. I'd like to be, maybe the closest I'd like to be is like, oh yeah, you hear about that guy? He got a $5 million donation on his stream. I'd be cool
Agreed.
with that. Like that's about the loftiness of my goal of, yeah, no, he got the largest Extra Life donation ever on stream.
Mhm.
Like that'd be cool. But yeah. So how about yourself, Scouter?
Oh, but yeah, real quick before we go, I will have to plug Nutmeg here because she is now currently fundraising for the Trevor Project all year round, correct? So
Nice.
why real quick, why Trevor Project and why did you start deciding to fundraise full time with that since everyone else had a
So
chance?
yeah,
You gotta
so
push
honest,
that stuff. You gotta plug that. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
I know. I just like I don't know. I definitely do not want to be rich and famous, but if I have a platform, I want to use it. And like kind of like what you guys were talking about, it's like kind of combining like doing something you love for something that you're passionate about. I never I knew about Extra Life in college. I fundraised for Extra Life in college. Um I did it wasn't like what was I in college? It was like
80
2000
million years ago.
84 years ago. When I was in college.
Impressive.
Um, I had so many friends that did Extra Life. I was friend with like all like the IT guys and whatnot. We all fundraised. And like when I never knew about like charity fundraising streams until like I found Scouter. And I was like, oh, like that's kind of cool. You know, like I didn't know about WDC until Scouter. I knew about, you know, the importance of like marine life and everything, but like when that kind of came in, I was like, "You know what? Like, if I'm going to spend my time doing this thing that I love, playing video games, talking to people, I want it to be for a reason other than, like, just having fun. If I can educate somebody on mental health, if I can allow one person to feel safe in my streams, like, I want to do that." The Trevor Project is just, like, so special. I don't know if you guys know what the Trevor Project is, but it is essentially LGBTQ crisis resources for suicide prevention and intervention. It is nationwide. You can text, you can call. So if you are having thoughts of harming yourself, you know, they have specifically trained individuals to do crisis intervention. And it's specifically for the LGBTQ population because they are definitely a population that's like kind of under attack now, unfortunately, which is awful, with a lot of different things. And just statistically, gay teens are at the highest risk of homelessness and one of the highest ones for suicide, unfortunately, and self-harm. So I was just like, you know what? Like I was part of what's that thing in high school? GSA, the Gay Straight Alliance. I did that. I'm a therapist. I work with the LGBTQ population. It's just like really important to me that everybody feels like they're loved and they're valued. And I feel like that's really what the Trevor Project portrays. It's like you don't have to completely understand somebody, but you need to love and accept everybody because everybody is worth, like everybody's life is worth something. So I think that's just really important.
Fantastic.
Along that, I'm sure people have heard, ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard the phrase. There's something a coworker told me recently, and it kind of goes along with what you just said, where his wife, he had said ignorance is bliss, and she said, that's not true. If that was true, the world would be a lot happier place because there's a whole lot of ignorance out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, along those lines, like you said, you don't always have to understand everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can work towards trying to understand everything,
Mm-hmm.
that isn't really the worst thing.
No,
But
it's like knowledge is power. Like if you can just, and like that compassionate piece of it too, like there's a difference between learning something in a book and actually connecting with somebody based on like what they're going through and actually hearing them. Like, so I definitely agree with that. Like we need to try to understand each other and like where we come from so we can support and lift each other up when each other's down. So I totally agree with that.
I didn't mean this podcast to be so wholesome.
I can switch it up. What do you need? We can fix that.
We need bullying. No, just kidding. No, that's awesome. No, yeah. To answer your question, I just wanted Nutmeg to plug in a little bit since you guys. But yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't even know about charity and stuff until a couple of years later. Really, it was just starting off with. I remember, like I said, first game was literally starting with Don't Starve Together because it had streaming abilities in the game. I was playing it and I was like, oh, is this easy? I was like, and then I remember at the time my friend just popping in and be like, what the hell are you recording from? I'm like, the game, I don't know.
A potato.
Yeah. So I'm sure we all can attest to starting off as a potato streamer. Besides Nutmeg.
I was gonna say I'm still a potato streamer and I love that.
I'm still a potato.
Yeah, no. And then just found out about OBS and I think as Streamlabs at the time, or I don't even know, it's been that long. And then I found out about like Extra Life and found out these two through it, like building this community through that, and then switched it up to WDC, just as I said before, just such a big passion I have with animals, and I could relate a little bit better with them. So, and then now I have this awesome community. So it's just like I really just felt like to play games, and then hey, if people show up, that's okay, and people don't. I talk to myself normally as it is. So I just found it as like a hobby before streaming for like charity and stuff, and then really found my niche of charity, finding more community members and more friends through that. So it's awesome. Sorry, go on.
I just had one more thing on the reason for getting behind streaming. I've also mentioned this on the podcast before, but going along with the theme of the podcast, so it's kind of funny. I watch a lot more YouTube than I do Twitch, but I only stream on Twitch and I don't put videos on YouTube. And the one of the biggest reasons that I've realized, and I had the epiphany one day, and I just kind of figured it out, where I like watching YouTube because I can just kind of turn my brain off, watch whatever I'm watching, and there's so much variety now on all streaming, all social media, things like that. But the thing I like most about Twitch is that real-time interaction.
Yeah.
Especially for charity streaming and stuff like that. Like, I love there's still, I'm pretty sure there's a clip of it somewhere. The first time it ever broke my mind, I was in the middle of a 24-hour stream, and a guy that I only knew through Discord, still friends with him, but only knew, his brother donated over $400. And that just that real-time interaction, like that, I couldn't speak. There were no words, and I could not articulate but just having that, like, getting a stream off or getting a donation offline is awesome. I will. If anybody wants to donate while they're watching this podcast, great, awesome.
To all
I'm
three
not-
of us, 4 of us.
Yes,
I could count.
to everybody who doesn't get picked.
Links in the description below.
Yeah.
But you know, getting those donations at any point is always a great feeling.
Mhm.
But getting that in real time and being able to look somebody right in the eye and thank them is something unreal and something I can't describe it. But that's one of the things that I like about streaming versus like video creation. Plus, I'm not a video editor. I'm not a photo editor. I don't want to take that time because I don't have that knowledge. So with Twitch, it's like, yeah, what you see is what you get. There's no take two. There's no anything like that. So I just like that real time interaction. Like I said, you can have a conversation. I can pop into KKR's stream and we can have a little back and forth. We can talk about something we just saw. I can jump. I mean, even just when Scouter was playing Metal Gear Solid one time, he had a question. I could answer it
Mhm.
more so in real time than, okay, you put a video up on YouTube, you say, hey, I can't get past this part. I can't. And I'm not making fun of you, Scouter. I love that interaction.
Yeah,
That's the
no,
thing
it's
is
a hard
somebody
one.
has a question in real time. You can get that answered
Mhm.
in real time. You know, just seeing those things. So that's another reason that I would say for me anyway is definitely streaming versus kind of post, I don't know what you'd call it, but like just
It's like post now, you get comments later. It's like you're actually
yeah.
connecting with people in real time and you
Yeah.
get to like just talk.
You can just have a conversation. Like
Mhm.
people that respond and would make comments on this podcast on YouTube, it's awesome. I love, you know, that engagement is great.
Mhm.
Any questions you have, anything, and like to be able to answer that. But unfortunately, just the way this is set up, don't get to answer that for up to a month later.
Yeah.
You know, may not be able to address that right away. So yeah, if somebody, you know, comes into the stream and says, hey, how do I join Extra Life? You can just tell them right then, oh, boom, here's a link. You don't have to even think about it. So, okay, I'll step back off my soapbox.
That's okay.
But...
No, appreciate it. It's awesome. All right. So another good question that I have for you all, which I'm not looking for a correct answer because it's your opinions, but like any setup like setup suggestions when it comes to streaming. Like, do you guys suggest webcams? Do you guys suggest like a Steam Deck to make a boom sound every time someone follows you? Like, what is like your advice for like setup suggestions? We'll start this time with Beskar Snake since he has yet to go first.
Dang it.
He's like, I didn't want to go first.
The two biggest things I'd say is don't go outside your comfort zone. Don't go
Mhm.
outside your budget.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. You don't need to buy $1,000 camera,
Right.
19 monitors, 45 lights. You know, if you want to do that, by all means, do it. It doesn't affect me. It's not my money. I worked with a guy that every time he got into a new hobby, he laid into it. Like some of the other guys were in a bowling league. He bought, I don't remember how many bowling balls. He bought gloves. He bought his own shoes. He bought the works. Then he got into golf, and he bought really nice set of clubs. He bought golf shoes. He bought golf gloves. Why does everything have gloves now?
Gaming,
think about
you
it.
could play with gloves.
Gaming gloves, golf, bowling. You know, I love baseball. Baseball has gloves. Heck, football has gloves. Everything is gloves. Sports is gloves. We figured it out. Anyway, no, I got myself off topic there. But you know, try it out. If you enjoy it, you can always add more later. You can always get a better camera if you want a camera. And that's where I say don't go outside of your comfort zone. If you don't want to be on camera, don't be on camera. You don't have to be on camera. There's no requirement that says you have to show your face. And especially with things like VTubers now and other just ways to kind of have a persona. If you don't avoid streaming if you think that you have to step completely outside your comfort zone, show yourself on camera, put on a song and dance, do all that. You can just stream with just video if you like. I really like it. Sometimes I've just streamed recently just straight from my PlayStation. and I don't have a camera set up or anything, I'm just playing the game, you know. And I haven't even turned a microphone on. I just interact through chat on my phone or on a tablet or something like that. You know, you don't have to do things you don't want to do for streaming. That's one of the things that's really nice about streaming. If you have a computer and you find one of the programs to stream, more than likely you can just stream. Like I said, even some of the consoles, can you stream directly from the Xbox? I'm not sure. I don't own one.
As long as you have the connection. Okay. I can't think what it's called. You know. The thing that goes in your computer.
No, I just mean like straight from the console.
Oh, no,
like for PlayStation, you can I can hit the share button and I can hit go live. Boom, done. I'm streaming.
So. Yeah.
But anyway, so you know, some of it is as simple as that. Like I said, at least through the PlayStation. I know the Switch you cannot. I'm not sure about Xbox. I don't know if I don't think you can, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's just kind of my advice is, yeah, like I said, don't step outside your comfort zone unless you want to. If you want to start, you know, kind of dipping your toes into expanding, absolutely. That's also it. There's no real ceiling to streaming. But the third piece of advice, just do it. Just hit go live. Just give it a shot. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
Do it.
But if you're interested, just give it a try. You might find out that, holy cow, I really enjoy this. And you might also find out, holy cow, I'm really good at it. So yeah, just do it. Just sorry, Nike, don't sue us, please.
Make your dreams come true.
Ooh, nice.
Do it.
That's a good one.
I did push the do it button. Nobody else heard it but me and the people listening to this. But
well, you have to hit it like this.
Yeah, I'll just
switch.
do it on my Steam. Show my Steam Deck and play it. Then there we go.
Do it.
There we go. Now everyone can see it. All right. KKR, what would you suggest or say for that as well?
I think in terms of just the physical setup, you know, as Beskar Snake said, you don't have to spend a ton of money. But if you were to prioritize anything amongst your setup, it's got to be your audio. Like you can get away with not being seen on camera, but if your audio sucks, no one's going to stick around.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know,
that's just my voice, KKR. You don't have to be rude.
Yeah, it's valid.
Also rude.
I don't know. Some people love like hearing people's voices.
Yeah.
You know
what's oddly enough is, you know, I had the phobia of that all the time. Just like I got told a lot of that. It was just my voice is monotone. My voice is terrible. Blah blah blah. I'm just like,
well,
you know
wrong,
what?
So.
Oh well. Like then you don't have to listen. And I just you just for like you just gotta get over. I think people shouldn't care. And if they like you and they like your voice, that it doesn't really matter for that aspect either.
Yeah.
Last I checked, my computer has a mute button.
Yeah, right.
Voice sounds like so.
You could just watch the game without commentary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that's the thing. You can your voices are all clear to me, but if it came in like in staticky or it comes in and out, it doesn't really matter what your tone is.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just distracting. And I'd rather people invested in. It doesn't have to be like a multi-$1,000 audio setup. Your basic, like Best Buy mic will do just fine.
I mean, fun fact: I started the microphone with my headset, so you could just get a headset. That's how I started with streaming. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say the voices in my head.
Well, that too.
Fair enough.
Hey,
they need to be listened to as well.
Yeah,
they're valid.
Voice is valid.
And also, like, you don't have to have like a high-powered gaming rig. For the first 5 years I was streaming, like I was on a 980.
You could do it on
video
your
card
phone these days.
Yeah, yeah. So
this PC is 15 years old.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Beskar is stating himself.
Oh yeah. It's at least 15 years old, if not more. It might be more. I bought it from a coworker.
Jeez.
Probably about 15 years old.
Well, my approach to streaming and the setup is kind of like The Sims, right? You start out with like your starter set, and then as you continue to grow and you can afford more, then you can start upgrading stuff.
Yeah.
Don't forget the fire alarm.
Yeah, don't forget that.
I'm just saying
Yes.
you don't want your setup to go to waste, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't delete the ladder from your swimming pool.
Oh god. Okay.
KKR is going to be streaming from the pool, and I was like, "Where'd my ladder go?" Oh,
Nutmeg,
Yeah.
do you have what are your suggestions for webcams or any cool tech things that someone should start off with?
I'm kind of just gonna echo what Beskar Snake and KKR said. It's like if you have to do what you are comfortable with. Like I definitely agree with the audio. That was one of the first things that I bought was this is like a fee-fine microphone. It's like $30. It works. And it's pretty colors. We love that. I've had headsets. You don't have to have a webcam. If you want one, you can do one. But I think really just like start at the bottom, see what you're comfortable with, see if you like it, and then kind of go from there. I think that's one of the really fun things about streams is that everybody's stream is like so different. Like I watch some streamers that they have VTubers. I watch streamers where it's like you see their face. Sometimes it's a combination of both. And I think regardless, it's like just do whatever feels good. There's not like a right or a wrong way to do it. I mean, I can't talk about like any like computer specs or anything because I don't understand numbers.
Numbers go
But
up.
like just they go up, they go down,
They
they
go
stay the
down,
same. I don't know. I don't get
whatever.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to invest in a microphone, you can. If you want to invest in a headset, you can, but just start small and then go from there. And then in regards to like between Meld or OBS or Stream Elements, like that was the most confusing for me just because I didn't understand. There's just so many different layers. Like luckily my husband used to stream via OBS, so he kind of like helped me set everything up. But there's also so many YouTube videos out there and you can see what each layout is. You can be like, oh, okay, like that itches my brain a little bit better than that one. And just kind of do your own research and see what you like and what fits with how you learn and how you want to put yourself out there.
Awesome. Definitely. Yeah, for me, I said the same thing when I said earlier. I started off with just streaming from Don't Starve and no webcam, and I played from my mic from my headphones, like to start off like what Nutmeg said, just small. I didn't even have this arm boom until like a year ago because my voice wasn't loud enough, and as you tell, I don't have one of those light things that flash in my face. I watch streamers that just have no webcam, no video recording or no mic, and they just chat like Beskar Snake does.
No video recording.
Nobody recording. Yes. Way to go.
Your
Thanks,
computer
Craig.
is just off.
Yes.
It's just off at that point.
But
it's okay.
they just play Super Mario World or whatever, and I watch it.
No, I just had this like image of the counter looking at a blank monitor.
That makes sense.
Like, wow, look at this streamer.
Oh, Lordy. But yeah. Way to go.
Hey, KKR, remember the last time you were on this podcast? Now, just soak it up. I don't think you're getting the invite next year.
Yeah. Never again.
Scouter reaches back and invite KKR, just crossed off the list.
Yeah, every time I come here, I roast Scouter for no reason other than to roast him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're here for.
I'm just waiting for after we all said everything, Scouter to just show his 9 monitors, his 10 computers set
His
up.
$5,000 keyboard.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say this keyboard is very expensive. Not gonna lie to you.
Is there a $5,000? Now I want to see if there actually is a $5,000.
I don't know if there's. I'm sure there is some, but just like somewhere.
Sure. But yeah. Let's move on. We're running out of time.
We have not gotten through all the questions at all.
No, it's great.
Nope.
So what is real quick, since we only have like a couple more minutes, how do you like formulate your own community? What's any advice on something like that? I mean, KKR, you want to start? Got nothing.
No, you can't formulate a community. You have to want to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? There has to be like an explicit goal. You can't just go in and just assume people are going to follow you. Or if you do want to start a community, you got to plan it out. Otherwise, you're going to get disappointed when no one shows up after like the first several weeks, months, or what have you. You have to know what the community is for. What's the purpose for you? What's your role? Are you doing this for charity? Are you doing this like, raise awareness for a game, a cause, what have you? Like, you have to have a goal. You have to plan it out. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of frustration, and you're going to burn out real quick.
Interesting. And then, Nutmeg will go with you since Beskar's still investigating
He's still
$500.
researching that $5,000 keyboard over there. Very, very in depth.
I found a keyboard that is between 3,600 and
Jesus.
Wait, what was that last part? I didn't catch that.
8,000
Jesus Christ.
with zeros after.
Why?
Ew.
Why is that a thing? Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to start streaming and you're like, man, I really want to invest in something, don't choose a keyboard.
Don't choose an $8,000 keyboard.
Don't choose an $8,000 keyboard. So I think that's kind of like what I struggled with at first when I first started streaming. I was just kind of doing it like for funsies. But then like as I started to watch more streamers, I started to learn like what their community was and kind of how I didn't really learn how to build it, but I just kind of knew like I wanted to build a community surrounding people that just like games. They like to have fun, no pressure, and I wanted it to be a safe space. Those were kind of like all the main things I wanted to hit. Just because like that's just me as a person. Like I really pride myself on being a safe person, so I want like my little community to be a safe space, free of judgment and all those kind of things, and we can just kind of come together and chill. I'm not sure exactly how to do that other than like I feel like when people raid me, that's kind of like my moment to be like, okay, you can either stay here if you're about this or you can leave, and that's your choice, and I support your choice, whatever choice you make. But that's why I'm like I'm a variety streamer. This is a safe place for everybody. I'm not going to tolerate XYZ, and that's a little bit tough because I haven't had to ban anybody. I almost banned Scouter once when Scouter and I first met.
That's a true fact, actually. That's a true
That's
fact.
actually a true fact.
We all do.
We all wanted that.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's why Scouter has the blank screen, because he just banned himself. So
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
I've threatened to ban Scouter from his own stream. Because I'm his mod.
I try to every time.
I
just try to just do it just to get.
I have a blame Scouter command in my chat. Whenever anything goes wrong.
Ooh. I'm gonna do something fun like that. I like that.
I don't like this anymore.
But no, it's tough because you kind of get to a point where it's like you have the usual people that chill and hang out with you, and then you get new people that come in, and I'm just like very protective. So I'm just like, okay, like I want to make sure that like everybody here feels safe and everything. But I do think kind of like what KKR said, you need to figure out like what your message is going to be, what your platform is going to be, and that's kind of how you branch off and you create a community that kind of aligns with whatever values that you want to create in the first place. Yeah.
That's valid. Off topic, Beskar's posted the keyboard on our group message, and it doesn't even have the number pad on it.
There's not even a number pad. That's ridiculous.
No, it doesn't. But you can get a riser, which is a wedge of wood for like $300. See, it's hideous, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's corded. Are you kidding
me?
It's
corded too, and it looks like the 1970s.
I don't know why it exists.
Why does it look like that?
Why does it look like it's from the 80s?
I mean, I like that it's kind of monotone. Like I kind of get the vibe, but
I will send you a can of spray paint if you want a monotone keyboard.
Yeah, no, mine lights up. That one doesn't even light up. That's ugly.
If you put a flashlight on it, it'll light up.
It's not the same. I want the LGBTQ lights. It makes things
like you can get 4 different flashlights if you want with filters on them.
Yeah, it's like a kaleidoscope going over the keyboard.
That could be kind of. Now you're just having a rave.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. Beskar Snake, what how did you formulate your community, or like how would you give suggestions for formulating the community.
I mean, you guys both nail it on the head. So I won't. I've ranted on. I've elongated other conversations. So yeah, I mean, just like I said, just don't go outside your comfort zone too far. If you want, like I said, if you want to push those boundaries, do it a little bit. But yeah, don't go. What's the word? I'm trying to think how I want to say it. Don't do something streaming wise if you're uncomfortable with it just to try to build a community or just to try to get famous or just to try to
Oh, like don't
fit
push
in.
the not like don't push it if like you have to if you want to push yourself, you have to push to grow in a direction that you want to grow, not just to do it for reasons that like don't really align with you.
Yeah, hey Scouter, can you clip that and just put it over when
And
my
put it
mouth is
over-
moving?
Yeah.
So
Just
that way it
start
looks like, 'cause that
yapping.
was
Don't say
worded-
anything, and I'll just copy over it. I'll just put
because that
more
was worded
editing.
much better than how.
Yeah.
No, you absolutely nailed it on the head, 100%. You know, if there's a game genre that you're not really a big fan of, you know, maybe go ahead and try that out if you want to. But yeah, don't completely change your personality, your values, your reasons for streaming and stuff like that, just to try to
Hit a
kind of
viewer
build-
count.
hit a
follow.
viewer count, hit something, create something that doesn't need to be created. So yeah, that's just kind of my big thing is just stick to what you do. I mean, I haven't really changed much about my stream because I don't want to. That's a lot of work.
That's fair. That's a valid thing.
I don't wanna. I really need to redo OBS. I don't wanna. It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of time. I
That's
can
a
just
lot
hit
of
go
time.
live on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can sit on my couch. My couch isn't down here. Well, there is that couch. I can't stream from back there. Nobody's gonna hear me. This cord isn't long enough. But you know, yeah, like I said, just don't make yourself uncomfortable just to try to, like you said, hit that viewer count, get that front page Twitch, you know, viewership. Now that is coming from someone who, like I said, I have no plans or desire to become the top Twitch streamer, the top YouTube streamer, the top whatever streamer. So maybe that's not the best advice if you're trying to go for that, but just be true to you and just do what you're comfortable with. And I think people will naturally gravitate towards you and help you build that community if you want to.
Yeah.
And now
I mean,
she's
I would-
sleeping.
I would actually argue that that's good advice regardless. Like even if people are like getting into this because like kids these days, like they want to be streamers because it's a very real
Get
avenue
rich quick
nowadays
scheme.
versus like when we were growing up, it was just like it was a silly thing. But I think most people gravitate towards people that, you know, demonstrate authenticity in whatever way it makes sense for them. You know, like, so do things that you're comfortable with. If you want to play a cozy game because you're recognizing that it's getting more views, go for it. But also, if you don't like it, don't keep doing it because people are going to pick up on that. You know, people are going to pick up on, oh, like you're not as bubbly or you're not as happy in this stream. Like, people are so sensitive to each other's, you know, moods and whatnot. And there's even been times where like where I've streamed where they're like, you good, Nutmeg? And I'm like, oh, son of a nutcracker, you know, like I thought I was hiding it. But no, it's just like people want those authentic connections when they come to Twitch because it is that real life, like real time back and forth. So just do what feels good. Don't do it just for the views because I mean, if you just keep doing what you're doing and you're being yourself, people are going to find you and they're going to connect with you. And that's what keeps people coming back. It's not just playing like the hit games. You know, you can watch anyone do that, but we all do things so like individually that's what sets us apart from other people.
I promise just one last thing, Scouter. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
You
fine.
know I always tip random things. When you mentioned that, you know, streaming is a real option, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the band AJR.
Yeah.
But there's a line from one of their songs that I immediately thought of, and the song is called 3 o'clock things, and it's like all the things that go through your head in the middle of the night when you can't sleep. But one of the lines is, it's kind of funny how I paid for college when YouTube was an option. So just
Mhm.
kind of that thought where, it really is a realistic, to an extent, space to
Mm.
make a career. But like you said, to sustain that career is a whole different thing. That,
Mhm.
yeah, I can go play Resident Evil one time because it's the big hit thing, even though I'm not a big fan of the game. And
You should
you know,
be.
maybe if it was fun, maybe I would be.
Dang.
If it was a good game,
What?
maybe I'd like it.
Oh.
Yo, I'm never coming back if he's on this podcast. I'm
He's
never
always
coming
on
back.
this. I'm sorry.
I just want to say the two of your reactions were great. KKR's face was the best because KKR saw all three cars enter the intersection and
And
all
just like
hit
just
at
let them
once.
crash.
He was like,
Yes.
but I could do that once and maybe I get a massive influx of viewers. But then if I immediately go,
Was that a clap?
well played, well played. If I do that and then the next time I'm playing 2 Point Museum and I'm enjoying that a lot more than I was enjoying Resident Evil, yeah, I'm probably not going to sustain that viewer count. I'm not going to
Mhm.
sustain that potential income and stuff like that. So, yeah, no, I just to piggyback one more time, as we've done a lot. There's a lot of stacking. This is very
Mhm.
much like the
It's like a Rubik's
the
cube.
nesting dolls. Ooh, a Rubik's cube
Or
as well.
I like the
Jenga.
nesting dolls. That's better.
Oh,
No,
Jenga,
Jenga
yeah.
falls apart.
We're
Yeah.
about ready to. Wham!
Yeah.
That's usually me. I'm usually the cat paw just smacking
Yeah.
the
Valid.
throwing the Rubik's cube into the Jenga tower. But yeah, to maintain that, it's kind of hard if you hit that little firework. It's hard if you don't have things to follow it up with, and you're just doing it because ooh, I found a shiny firework. But,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would say just what Nutmeg said is really good value because it's like, yeah, I could play this game that I'm not in the mood for, but I know I'm gonna get these views because it's like I actually had a friend who, I don't know how he set it up. There's a website that you could really check. Okay, if I played this game, I get like more views and stuff. I started to do that for a little bit, and then I was just like, why am I playing this when I don't
So
want
much
to?
work too.
Yeah, it's just I gotta play something that you wanna you're in the mood for and you're gonna have fun because people are gonna catch up on. And for me, like, just connect with people like you said that you like, that you could connect with. I mean, I'm still building, like, I love the community. I met Nutmeg, I met you guys. Like, I've now having all this, like, yeah, my community faded and now it's back again. It's like, and that's gonna happen, unfortunately. And it's just being if you can just watch as many people, see what their vibe is, and hey, hit them off of, hey, you want to play games together. They could say no, just the same reason you guys are coming on this podcast again. You guys could have said no. You're still back here for some reason.
you didn't give me that option.
Oh yeah, no, you're stuck
I
here.
didn't get
These
that
two
button.
can say no,
Dang
but
it. What?
so
Every
yeah,
time.
yeah. If
It
only.
also makes it a lot easier to build that community if you have something in common.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
using the example, not joking about the game anymore. Since I don't play that many Resident Evil games, I'm not going to be able to have that engagement with you guys that have a lot more knowledge
Because you
about
don't
it.
play it, yeah.
Because I don't really play it that much. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can tell me, Leon. I'm not even kidding here. I literally just lost everybody else's name. I had Ashley. I know
Ashley.
she's in one of
Ew,
them.
Yeah.
that's the second one you remember?
Isn't because she's
Terrible.
annoying.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
It sticks in your brain. But
Yeah.
I can't have that conversation. But if we're talking about Final Fantasy, Mega Man, Metal Gear Solid,
Can't
these
tell
games that I
about any
have
of
core
those.
knowledge in, we can, I can have that communication. And again, you're going to be able to form more real bonds. There is a streaming group that I still watch. They're still on and everything. And one of the members of that group, I connected with a lot because we both like Mega Man. We both played Tenchu back in the day. We both played just a few other games that we had that bond. We could have a conversation about those games, whereas opposed to something like, oh, I've never played insert random AAA title here. Oh yeah, that was really cool when that happened. I don't know what I'm talking about. And it just doesn't help to build that community. I'm not going to go to a meeting for people that enjoy volleyball because I don't really play volleyball, so I don't have much to talk about. But I could go to a meeting about baseball or football because I have more knowledge in that, and I'm going to be more like-minded there. Same thing with any community.
Exactly. Could I ask one more question? Are you guys good on time?
You just
want to
did.
make sure.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lay it on us.
I know we said a lot of advice over the span of that hour. So what would you give for like someone who wants to start tomorrow to start a stream, or they're still currently streaming? What advice would you give them? Let's start with Beskar Snake. Why not?
Can we start with Scouter?
Let's go with Scouter.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just say, yeah, you're gonna hate to say this, but you're gonna start off with 0 people watching you. Don't get discouraged with that. Keep with it. Like I said, when I started off with this, like streaming and podcasting, and I did radio before I started this. I did radio in college, and because it's
Really?
like, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Scouter lore.
Scouter lore. I started off with like radio because I was like, I'm good at talking to myself. I could just do that, and if nobody watches, well, I'm talking to myself anyway. So just don't get discouraged. But once you start kicking it off and start, like, we're all here for charity, right? I'm sure there's a Discord for Trevor Project. I know for sure there's a Discord for Extra Life. There's a Discord for WDC. You could start building that community with those individuals. It's like, hey, we're all streaming for the same cause. Let's all hang out sometime. So start off with something like that and being like active in their Discord and saying like trying to follow their streams and be like, oh yeah, I saw you during the WDC stream, starting to have those connections. Like you said, you don't have to have expensive equipment, but just don't get discouraged with 0 people chatting, 0 people watching. It's going to take some time, unfortunately. You're not going to get 5,000 views day one. But I just think, just have fun, take breaks if you need. People take breaks. You know what? This guy, Beskar Snake, hasn't streamed in months, and I'm still watching him. Like, I'm not going to be leaving here. So, like, you, as I always say with streamers, too, I rather have the people who are, as we mentioned before, coming back to watch me than just follow me that one time I'm playing Trackmania. Yeah, I love you to talk about Trackmania, but you know what? I don't just play Trackmania all the time. So, yeah. Anyways, just have fun, have fun with it. And, if it's not your thing, that's okay. You could do running, you could do baking, you could do all these things. So what?
I was so ready because I had another. I mean, I'm still going to talk about it, but I'm like, all right, you already took one of my other thoughts. And
I'm
then
sorry.
You just sprinkled that little one in there.
Sorry.
That was perfect. That was awesome because it makes my joke better that I shouldn't have let you go first.
Yeah,
that was my fault.
You're welcome. Beskar, what advice would you give since you're?
So I was just going to say cover the viewer count because I'm not going to say I never got discouraged by it. Not having anybody pop in or anything, but it's also not why I stream. I mean, I'm going to be playing a game anyway, so if people show up, awesome, and I love to have that conversation. But if not, it doesn't really bother me that much. That's not my main focus. But if that's something that you think you might get, I know you can either, depending on what platform you're using and stuff, you can click the viewer count and just turn it off. Or I knew that same streaming group, I think they always put like a post-it note or something over the viewer count just so they wouldn't see it. They didn't want to see it because that's not what they're focused on. The other one that you mentioned right at the end that I was going to say is, if you don't enjoy it and you don't like it, you don't have to do it. Don't stream just because you think, well, maybe I'm going to become big. I don't really enjoy this right now, but maybe if I push through it, I'll get big.
See, jokes on me. Jokes on past self Scouter was, I knew before I started streaming I'm not gonna be popular, and that's I just knew it. I just was like, you know what? I'm not gonna have 10,000 views. I'm not gonna pay off my mortgages for streaming. I'm just doing it for fun, and now charity. So,
No.
sorry, go on.
No,
Did you have
no,
more?
you're good. That's very valid.
I just want to say, Scouter said mortgages. He's at multiple properties.
was
He doesn't
wondering
need
about
to
that
make
too.
money
Is it-
off of streaming.
I told you he has nine monitors and 10 PCs and a server bank and a supercomputer. But yeah, no. If you find out you really don't enjoy it, don't just push through. And I will 100% guarantee this is it. If you start out small, like we said, and you don't enjoy it, buying a bigger setup is
not gonna
going
get
to make you
anywhere.
like it more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will not. I'm not even saying, oh, it might not. No, it won't. Do not dump $10,000 into your setup and think, oh, you'll like it more, because you're just going to make more work for yourself, and then you might dislike it even more.
Or
'cause
think
gotta
that you're
set
going to
all
get
that up.
more viewers that way, or
Or think that
whatever.
you're going to. I hate to say it, but most people, unless you have a setup to show it, they're not going to see your setup.
Yeah.
They're not going to see what you see.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to tailor it to you.
Yeah.
And not make it go, oh, well, if I do this, more people will watch me. Unfortunately, the front page of Twitch doesn't show, oh, here's their setup. It's really neat to see people's. I love seeing people's setups. I love seeing those like threads where it's, hey, show your gaming setup. Because I love just to see what people can do, whether it's a really small space or a big space that they've customized. If your setup is your computer on a coffee table and a little monitor, awesome. That's really cool. You're still doing it. You're hitting live. You're having fun with it. If your setup is this big grand setup, that's also awesome. I'm glad you were able to get to that point and you've built up your equipment to that level. But yeah, if you don't enjoy it from the small, don't waste your time and
Don't do
money
it, yeah.
and make it big, because it's not gonna, it won't change the core basis of it. I guarantee that,
Yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt.
Perfect. Nutmeg, what do you think? What is your advice?
I think a piece of advice that somebody gave me, I don't know if it was like my husband or if it was somebody else, is like just don't put the pressure on yourself to stream at a certain time every day. Like life happens, like you're a person. I mean, even though like I bully Scouter when
I
he
was
doesn't
gonna
release
say,
his
are you sure about
schedule.
that?
For
Hey,
me,
that-
it's
she's talking
different.
about her, not you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about me, Scouter. No, but even if like there's even times where Scouter's like, hey, like I can't stream today. Like, don't put that pressure on yourself. Like stream when you can. It's just like it's literally any other hobby.
Yep.
It's any other hobby. Like if somebody doesn't feel like coloring, I would be like, okay, then don't color. Like it's not a big deal. Like, and even if you are that kind of person that really thrives on a schedule, if that time comes around and you're like, man, I just don't really feel like it, you don't have to, and that's okay. Because like I said earlier, like people are gonna notice that like your energy isn't really there and you're not really feeling it. And sometimes it flips around and it works out, but it's like we really have to honor our own energy going into this, because this is a social thing. This is something that we're putting out there. We're putting ourselves out there. So we have to really pay attention to ourselves and what we need, and don't sometimes putting the pressure on yourselves kind of just sucks the fun out of it. But I also understand that some people really kind of need that pressure. I am not one of those people. I tried to do a schedule. It didn't work. Because if I like got out of work late or if I had a really bad day, like I'm like, I don't want to stream. I would still game, but I wouldn't stream it. So just don't put that pressure on yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a friend that really wanted to hit the streaming hard. He showed me a schedule. He had work from here to here, stream from here to here, edit YouTube video from here to here, sleep for about that much. He was late. No, he missed the first day of streaming for that. The second day he was late by a few hours. Like you said, don't just crack the whip to yourself and lose your mind, because you're gonna dislike
You're
it
gonna
even
burn.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're gonna
I
burn
feel like
real fast.
in my last job, I was miserable in that. And then like I even remember coming to stream and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stream because you know what? Even sometimes it does turn your mood around, because it's like my friends are there,
Absolutely.
are gonna be there to be like, I love you or whatever, and make your day 100% better. So sometimes you're just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm in the mood, but see what happens, and like turn my day around. Like there's that opportunity
Mhm.
too.
Scouter swore.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Mhm.
fine.
It made the point. It
Yeah.
emphasized the point.
No, yeah. KKR, what advice would you give?
If you're gonna spend money, buy views, buy followers. You know, like
We buy the best views.
And please cut the podcast right now.
Yeah,
Just off.
that's it.
Shut it
That's the
down
ending.
and post. Just right there. That's it. No KKR laughing. Just cut right before
That's
he
it.
breaks. So that way it's like, man, that guy was lying the whole time. He didn't mean any of that. He wasn't genuine. Wait, so you mean those real people that pop into my stream and say, get 1 million views now? Those
Yeah.
are real?
Yeah, those are legit.
Those
The
are
best
real bots.
viewers.
The best
Yeah.
viewers.
Unban them.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Dang it. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. That was awesome.
right. I think a lot of it has already been said. You know, everything from like just don't get discouraged, but also like be realistic about your own expectations.
Mhm.
I think, but actually, I think the most valuable advice that I heard from here, because I can't possibly think of anything new, was I think Nutmeg, you said respect your own energy.
Mhm.
Like I know I've been guilty of just subpar streams just because I felt like I had to stream
Yeah.
that day for whatever reason. My energy level was like, you know, and
Sir,
yeah,
you have never had a subpar stream. You take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you just
Maybe
haven't
from
seen
Kind
them.
of
your
That's
point
why.
yourself.
of view, maybe from your point of view,
Yeah.
but not from the viewer's side. So
Yeah.
do not put that self on. Do not put that self on you. I can't speak. Disregard.
well, first of all, thank you. And I think that's how I felt though. Like I
Mhm.
felt like I didn't,
Yeah.
I wasn't at an energy level that I thought I should be, or not even should be, but could have been. Right? I'm not not nearly as energetic or cheerful as I am now. And I just when I rated out, I was just like, man, that was a sucky stream. you know.
We all have them.
Um,
I just
yeah.
have them every day.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not what we're gonna do today. But I think that's so valid though. Like sometimes, like even if we go in with the best intentions, sometimes the stream kind of does just blow, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's unrealistic to think that we're gonna do phenomenal all day, every day.
Mhm.
You know,
I-
like go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, going back to like a sports analogy, eh, nobody's perfect all the time.
Hmm.
You know, no poker player wins every single game, every single hand.
Right.
No athlete is always 100% on. So yeah, even the top of the professionals, they have their off days. It's
Mhm.
I think everyone said it, but I think you said it best. You're a human being, and it's
Mhm.
okay to be a human being.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why people watch people,
People watch people.
you know.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
not like that, not like watching people, but like just
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
To be able to relate, I think is really what's important, right?
Yeah.
I think the best advice I got in fundraising is probably also the best advice I give to anyone who wants to who starts, not when they start stream, but who starts to question or have that like kind of imposter syndrome when they get to that
Mhm.
point. I always tell them it's just like fundraising. Some will, some won't. So what?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the
Mhm.
people who go who unfollow you or who go away. You know, focus on people that have stuck around.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, like it makes everything so much easier to you relieve a lot of pressure from yourself, right? Just
Mhm.
by not worrying about that.
Fantastic.
The 3 SWs is what they called it in fundraising. Some will, some won't. So what?
You need that on.
I actually
I love
never
that.
learned that one, and I fundraised. Perfect. Anyways,
Well, now you did.
now I did. Anyways, so we are definitely out of time here. But thank you all so much. Please check out these amazing. I invited the best streamers I could think of. Now there's hundreds of other streamers that I followed that I can't fit in all this podcast. But These are 3 amazing people that stream, so please check them out. They do stream. They all fundraise, so donate to them as well. But we had a Nutmegsupernova 25, and then KKR 25 is here as well, and then Beskar
Dang, I should
Snake.
have changed my name.
Yeah, we all have
25.
25s at the end. Where are you at? Where are you? What's all going on?
I
Oh, the
don't have a
original username
25.
was 007, so that's Smoking Ace, but we don't talk about that.
Scouter, have you looked at your name?
Yeah, Skevin 715. I have a
You said
5
you
in
have
there.
25.
You have a 5.
I have no numbers.
What?
I have no numbers,
Yeah,
you
you
silly
do.
goose.
You're thinking about Abstract Moon.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
He's cheating on you, Meg. He's cheating on you.
All right. Anyways, awkward.
Man, it's fine. This is the end of it.
Look, if anything,
end.
I am putting their links below so you guys can follow them without any hesitation from me. But please give these all 3 a follow. They're amazing. They deal with me for a daily basis and deal with me for an hour and 20. And see you next year. We're on Spotify. Check us out. Robot Attack, and on YouTube, Scatter15. I'm not creating another YouTube page for this because I'm lazy. So yeah, check everyone out and have a good time. Bye.
Bye.
Wave everyone. Bye. Bye. Thank you.